Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to another episode on Reverse 1999. In the last one, we wrapped up the revival of the Uluru Games event. And today we are going to continue on the 2.3 event, Chronicles of Uluru, London Dawning, which I believe would, I don't know, have something to do with the Uluru Games, I'm sure. Still not sure whether there would be another stadium or something in London. Someone probably already answered this question in the last episode, but I'm pre-recording this again because I forgot to mention I'm temporarily away for a little bit, which is why my setup is different and I sound different right now, probably because my microphone's different. But yeah, first off, I do want to say that Flutter Page's banner came out, and surprise, surprise, all of my clear drops are gone, and I've only got one pull left. But absolutely ridiculous stuff occurred because I pulled Flutter Page in a 10 pull. Yeah, you can see here we got Getian or Jetian last time, and then we pulled Flutter Page in a 10 pull, and then I decided to just pull a bit more on Isolde's banner, and then we went ahead and did 3 10 pulls, and lo and behold, we get Sotheby. We lose the 50-50, but I heard Sotheby's got a really nice Euphoria upgrade this patch. But now we're guaranteed again, which means we got so many 6 stars recently. It's very impressive, I must say. But yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. Kakanya is still on the way to upgrading. And then we now Flutter Page as well, and Sotheby, Gutian or Jetian, I probably won't be upgrading them anytime soon. Just like Spaffady, I'll probably just leave her at I2 level 20 for now. But yeah, let's press on with the event, because I clicked into here and it says we've got like 20 parts of the story, and we've got 19 days, but more realistically that's going to be like, I don't know. I am spacing these out like every few days, so I'm not sure. Let's try and get like 7 parts done today if possible. Let's see what's up here. Oh, I'm gonna miss the banging soundtrack on the revival of the Uluru Games event. First day back in London. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Are we gonna have like a little trailer again at the start? Like the last one. I wonder. Oh, Tooth Fairy. Okay. Hello, Tooth Fairy. I don't think I've met Tooth Fairy in the story before, so this is quite interesting.
Miss. We're setting off now.
Okay.
You ever been to London, miss?
Yes, a long time ago.
Long, eh? 5 years? 10 years?
10 years into the future.
Longer than that.
Come on, Van. How long? You don't look 100 years old.
Please tell me she's not 100 years old. Why's she giggling like that?
The hospital is 2 streets away. Oh, by the way, it's been arranged for you to meet Mr. Fogg first, and then he'll show you around the hospital.
Okay.
I don't
Mr.
see
Fogg.
why we need to make a big deal out of a simple visit.
Couldn't agree.
She's got a really nice voice, actually.
But as this is an official visit by Mr. Fogg, as a servant of the Crown, you can rightly expect that they're going to have the whole place decked out like Christmas.
Thank you for taking me there directly. I will go to Mr. Fogg's office after my visit. You can leave without me. I think I'd like to take the underground.
The tube? You won't like it, miss. Not the kind of place for a decent young lady. I'll wait here for you, love. I'll do my best not to crack into my flask of whiskey while I wait.
I don't think the London Underground is that bad. But I mean, it's not good. I mean, yeah, I guess if she is like someone of like importance, I guess you wouldn't really enjoy it.
Thank you.
If that's the case. I actually don't know I don't know what Tooth Fairy's profession is. I'm guessing she's a dentist, but you know, that's just an assumption. What's happening? Whoa. Did the hospital just get blown up? Uluru, London. Qualifier open. What? Okay, so I think a hospital just got bombed. That's not good. That's not a great start.
How are things at SPDM, Tooth Fairy? I'm hearing rave reviews about their school physician.
Okay, it's been a while since we saw Madam D.
I'm glad to hear it. Young children are particularly easy to soothe. A few candies and they'll behave just fine.
Yeah, so I think she is a dentist.
A little toffee or a nibble of a fruity sweet, and they've forgotten all about the Tooth Fairy's taste. A proper dose of sweets serves to calm the nervous system, and that doesn't just apply to kids.
She pulls a piece of milk candy out of her pocket and softly places it beside Madam Z's mug of strong tea. Also, I'm guessing this is a flashback simply because of these like shining bars on the side.
Your work here is undoubtedly busier than mine at SPDM. Besides, you're directly responsible for our timekeeper, the little troublemaker. But I am sure you didn't summon me here all for a little chit-chat.
Madam Z unwraps the candy and places it in her mouth, allowing it to slowly dissolve. Then she places a stack of papers on the table before Tooth Fairy.
The Foundation has now confirmed the correlation between social turmoil and the emergence of the storm.
Oh?
Our branches around the world are now making efforts to collect information on these key social movements.
How far back was this? Because didn't we kind of find out this sort of information back in, was it chapter 2 or 3? When the, when the management dictate accelerated the storm or something. Didn't that have something to do with like this thing that they've discovered?
As you may know, there was a strike that has only just ended in London. And there is something I'd like to show you, besides the strike itself.
Tooth Fairy rapidly flips through the papers. She quickly spots the crucial element.
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis?
Indeed. There appears to be abnormalities concerning air pollution and reported cases of TB. Compared to our records before the storm, TB morbidity rates are extraordinarily high, approaching levels that shouldn't be seen until the Great Smog of 1952.
Right. So the rates are... I'm guessing this is before 1952 then. Like, where they're currently at.
Our Mr. Fogg, the fog walker, has also reported that there is something unusual about the composition of the fog.
Alright, and Tooth Fairy was going to meet Mr. Fogg.
So, we need an insider with knowledge of the storm to visit London. Ideally one with a medical background.
Oh, sounds like someone we know.
I see.
Oh. That's a nice mug. Oh, I couldn't read what I said.
Your winter vacation just started. But I'm sure you understand the dire situation we find ourselves in. I'll apply for a special allowance for this field mission. What do you say?
I'd be happy to go. Perhaps I'll collect some rare teeth from this era.
What? That's okay, that's an odd hobby, but
good luck then.
I won't
Mr.
judge.
Fogg will contact you when you arrive. He is our liaison between the Foundation and the British government. He'll take you to the hospital, handling many of these respiratory patients.
Oh right, he was gonna take her to the hospital. So I'm guessing that was Mr. Fogg's house that got blown up, not the hospital.
You will be given full trust to resolve this problem. There is something else. The Uluru Coal-Fire will soon be held in London. It may factor into your investigation.
Is it just the qualifier that will be held in London, and the stadium still back in Australia?
Uluru qualifier? Uluru London qualifier coming soon. Arcanist Fair in Cross Street.
Okay. Who will be victorious? Place your bets.
Support your favorite competitors. Winners will represent Great Britain in the Australian finals.
Right. So I guess the stadium is back in Australia then.
Australia? They shipped my uncle off to Australia back in the day. I always figured he got done in by a kangaroo. But if the Smoky gets any worse, I think I might chance it. Maybe I'll find him in the outback there. Or at least avenge him.
With a tense frown, Tooth Fairy folds the flyer. The Uluru Games are not her current focus.
That smoke seems to have severely damaged that hospital. But you don't seem concerned.
Wait, so it is the hospital that got bombed?
We've seen worse, miss. You wouldn't believe how many houses we lose a year to gas line explosions. Nothing much can shock us Londoners. It's a city where you can meet arcanists from all over the world.
Okay, Mr. Driver.
Arabians, North Africans, Indians and Japanese. Who knows what kind of arcane skill they can cast?
The police are on the scene now, but can they really do anything to clean up the hospital?
What's in that jar? It looks a bit creepy. Wait, it's moving. Something's moving in there. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop looking at the
Well,
jar.
Police have got their own way of dealing with things. None too friendly. I think you should bring this up to Mr. Fogg. He's one of the few folks that look out for the working man, and he's never afraid of calling out the upper class.
Okay.
I suspect Mr. Fogg will have known before we did. Let's follow the path of this dark soot on the street. Maybe we can find it, or its owner.
As you like, miss.
Okay. The car makes its way eastward, weaving through the increasingly narrow streets.
Seems it's leading us to the East End. Only thing that comes out of the East End are drunks, tramps, and Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper. Oh! And a car crash. Oh wait, no. The car... Okay, no. There is a crash. A child's scream fills the air. Did the car just crash into his child? A sudden stabbing pain strikes the nerve in Tooth Fairy's temple. She almost stumbles as she rushes to exit the car. The driver pokes his head through the car window, scrambling to justify his mistake.
Miss, I swear to high heaven that I have not had a drop of drink today. This is the East End for you. You
What?
it's someone, or someone it's you.
Damn, London is rough at this
Please,
time of
miss. Take a
at
look
this
for me.
era.
Tell me if I hit anything. I can take it.
Didn't Tooth Fairy also get like her temple hit? Why didn't he check himself, man?
It appears there's no one in front of the car.
Great. Right, so we heard a ghost scream in pain when we crashed. That's
No
great.
one?
I'm up here!
Zombie?
Hmm?
Look up there, miss.
Oh, Flutter page. Tooth Fairy looks up to see a flurry of papers fluttering and spinning through the sky. A particularly vibrant bundle of fabric, resembling some kind of burlap sack, hurtles through the center. Why is she flying?
Can you catch me?
What do you mean sack? Is it because her outfit looks like the sack? Oh, right. Yeah.
Huh?
How'd you make her way, like, on top of the car? The little girl's skirt catches the wind and she drifts weightlessly through the air. How strong is the wind? There's no way this is happening. I'm guessing this is Tooth Fairy down here. This is an absurd situation. How did this happen? The colorful scraps of paper spiral through the air and swirl around her. They're all Uluru flyers still waiting to be distributed. Alright, is she like distributing posters
She's being
then?
lifted up on the wind. Is this her arcane skill? If so, she's amazing for her age.
Oh my god, the wind is strong. She gently descends, seemingly headed straight into Tooth Fairy's arms, but at the last moment she shifts direction and lands softly a few steps away.
You weren't going to qualify for nothing like that.
Oh. Okay. Flutter Page.
Are you hurt at all?
Why would I be? It's not even as high up as a canary nest. It's no sweat with the help of little wind.
I don't know why she has so many bows, but I don't mind it. It looks pretty nice. I feel like her dress thing is it's a bit horizontally wide. I'll just say that.
But the Sutakiki was hurt. The car hit his waist.
The Sutakiki?
Is this Sutakiki your friend?
Yes, but he ran away. He's probably angry. I bet he's still around. He don't forgive easy.
She points toward the shadowy alley to her left, where, in the dark, smoggy corner, a pair of glowing eyes peek out from behind a garbage bin.
See? Over there. That's the Sutakiki. And I'm Flutterpage.
Nice to meet you, Flutterpage. Thanks for coming into my account in 10 polls.
Could you bring your friend out? I'd like to make amends if I hurt him. Especially if he can't work.
Sutakiki just sounds like a critter or something to me, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he doesn't work, but you still need to apologize.
Flutterpage turns towards the alley, waving into the shadows to call over her friend.
Come on out, Sutakiki. This bloke here wants to apologize to you.
What? The Sutakiki stirs in the shadows, disturbing the pale yellow smog before suddenly leaping forward. That's definitely a critter.
Doesn't even have a waist. And he's as big as a kangaroo.
His waist is right there. Can't you see?
A frightened critter is dangerous. Please stay back, child.
Oh, what is this? What just happened? Oh, are we just fighting? No problem. Let's fight. Yeah, okay. Let's use this team. Oh my god, that is... You know what, Tooth Fairy is right. Oh wait, no, not Tooth Fairy. The driver is right. I can't really see his waist either.
Sir, I suggest you cover your mouth and nose. There's something off about this smog.
Christ, so the rumours are true. I never should have gone into an alley like this on such a smoggy day.
Kiki.
He's looking at the end of the alley. He must want to go that way.
The smog's not as thick there. I think he wants to escape. Maybe the smog's harmful to him too.
Huh. Alright.
Perfectly under...
That's the direction.
Please, allow me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I was hoping...
I need your feedback on our session.
I was hoping that that critter would give me slightly bit more of a fight, but oh my god.
Already, you stupid car.
Okay, Mr. Driver. But yeah, I thought that critter was gonna give me at least, you know, one more attack before they perished, but I guess my characters are just too strong for like events now. The engine roars to life again, its pistons drumming the retreat as the car careens through the streets.
Why did Mr. Driver run away like the Sutakiki?
He was worried for his car. If it got damaged, it could cost him his job.
Alright.
Lose his job? Oh, got it. I don't want to lose my job neither.
Does she have an actual job? Is this child labor that's happening here? The little girl gives an empathetic nod, but a child her age has no place in anything to do with the word work.
He has a car, so I wager he makes more than 6 pence a week. How did he get that job? Can I do it too?
6 pence a week is crazy. But I guess back then, you could like buy a house for a few pounds or something. 6 pence. I wonder what you could buy for 6 pence back in the day. Probably like lots of stuff.
I suppose you could, once you grow up. Here, open your mouth.
Wait, so she just admitted that she is like working for money. So this is child labor. Damn. It's rough out here in London back in the past. Making 6 pence a week. Tooth Fairy produces a shimmering jar of ointment made from ground golden fairy and lanolin, a concoction capable of soothing one's fear or of swallowing a tooth fairy for the first time. Wait, so tooth fairies are like... Oh, is that what she has in her jar?
What's this?
They look terrible.
You were hurt. It's a kind of ointment. It will numb the pain if you ingest it, or reduce the inflammation if you rub it on your wound.
Was I hurt? I feel a little pain. But what do you mean by inflammation? Does that mean I'll catch on fire?
Take it, and you will feel much better. Doctor's orders, kid.
The little girl's curiosity easily trumps her hesitation towards the unfamiliar. She stretches her neck and sucks Tooth Fairy's ointment-covered finger.
Huh?
Why is it on her finger? And why is she sucking on it? That is very odd.
It's a bit sour, like a moldy raspberry, but still sweet. Why aren't other pills as sweet as yours?
Okay, that's some odd child behavior right there, but why would she know what a moldy raspberry tastes like? I feel like these conditions back in London in the past are just not great at all.
I see. So you're a witch doctor, aren't you? I can tell from your metal mask, teeth necklace, and the golden fairies in your jar.
I didn't even notice that she has a tooth necklace. That is so weird. But I'm not gonna judge. I'm just gonna say maybe it's a acquired taste for fans of Tooth Fairy.
That is a reasonable assumption.
So you're here for the Uluru Fair then? Must be. You even got the flyer with you.
Actually, I'm here as a doctor to investigate a tuberculosis outbreak. But the strange black fog damaged the hospital I was heading to. I followed the trace it left behind to this area.
Right. Wait, was it the critter that caused it?
Black fog? There ain't no black fog. Around here the smog is yellow, and sometimes I've seen black smoke puffing up from the factory chimneys. But never in Cross Street. As like to be an arcane skill, miss. Lots of us arcanists here. That's why we're all chuffed up for the Uluru qualifiers. There's herbalists, sidekicks, diviners, magicians.
Thank you, Flutterpage. I think I've got the idea.
Left to her own devices, Flutterpage could recite the job of every arcanist on the entire street.
Great! Then I'll show you around. You'll like it here.
Flutterpage grabs Tooth Fairy's hand and drags her towards the heart of Cross Street. Alright. To be continued. Okay. Interesting start in older times, London. It seems like child labor was still a thing back then, and I can't really judge like how well Flutterpage is being paid, because 6 pence a week was probably something of substance back in the day. But yeah, it doesn't sound great though, 6 pence a week. Uluru Fever. Fun food and the unforgettable Uluru. Come one, come all, the Uluru Fair is now open. Important notice, the champion of the borough voting has begun. Head to the central square of the Uluru Fair, 1 vote per person. Vote now. Announcement, the mock Uluru games are open to all. Oh what? There's some mock Uluru games as well. Offering 3 main categories, shooting, racing, and ball games consisting of a grand total of 7 challenges. Enjoy the thrill of sports and entertainment, all just for 6 pence. Oh, 6 pence as well. Recommended venue, Victor's Cinema. The legendary Uluru Athletes documentary series is now in theaters. Don't miss out on Uluru Trivia Night, held every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Winners will be awarded 2 tickets to a featured event. Recommended booth, Puck's Fortune Telling. Match predictions and good luck charms await you at Puck's Fortune Telling. Alright, that's pretty interesting. Press on with part 2, Swallows in the Chimney. What do you mean swallows in the chimney? Like chimney sweepers back in the day. Cause I swear, I think they used like children to clean chimneys back in the day because they were small. I think that's terrible condition though for like a worker in general, and especially not children. But yeah, okay, we're in Cross Street now. Makeshift stalls line the street as the Arcanists celebrate the approaching Uluru qualifiers. This event will decide who gets to represent Great Britain in the finals in Australia. Flutter Page lets the last of the Uluru flyers slip from her fingers. They scatter as they soar on the wind and drift into half-open windows. Oh, that's pretty nice. She can just kind of like control where the flyers end up.
Stop littering, you grimy little bug.
Oh my god, Will. Go do your job for like £1 a week, man.
This is the Uluru Fair.
Tooth Fairy inspects the street, studying the alleys on either side, but finds nothing.
The trace of the black fog seems to have disappeared into a large gathering of arcanists. A wise choice.
Okay. I don't know how they've managed to just completely erase their own trace, but sure.
A choice, I'm already assuming, that has a certain level of intelligence.
Yeah, that's a reasonable guess. I don't know. I'm kind of expecting the culprit to be a person, but if it's like a highly intelligent critter, I guess that would work too. Ultimately, she is only a doctor. When it comes to things outside of illness, she often finds herself lost.
Sounds like a monster. Like from tall tales where adults make up to scare us. But I heard people talking when I was sitting on the roof. They say it was born from a smokestack.
A smokestack? I don't really know what that is.
It does appear to have a similar composition to soot.
That's no good for the birds, Miss Doctor. I sure hope it don't come here. I don't want it to muck up the Uluru Fair, or scare the canaries away from the chimneys.
What's so special about the canaries?
They always know where the lanolin snails are hiding. All I'll do is give them a bit of old bread or seeds, and they find me the snails.
Okay. I don't really know what lanolin snails are, though.
It's my snail catching day. Stay right there, miss. I'll be back soon as I finish. Don't go getting off your sauce while I'm gone.
Okay, Flutter Page. You enjoyed catching your snails. I don't know what she's gonna do with the snails, but with that, Flutter Page drifts towards the stalls, decorated with Union Jack bunting, before disappearing like a whisper on the wind. A gentleman in a fine gray woolen coat stands tall nearby. He is utterly incongruous with the rest of the street.
This is an Arcanist Fair Booth application form. You need only fill this, and get proper approval from the city government. Then no one can bother you.
Approval, eh? What's the point? The games will be over by the time they've even looked at my application.
Are we entirely certain we even want to hold the fair in these conditions? Don't you think The weather now isn't appropriate for that kind of strenuous physical activity.
I mean, I feel like at an era like this, I feel like the whole of London is just covered in smog or something, right? Can they just go to like a field or something to do the mock games and the fair?
What else can we do? We need to earn our bread, or perhaps you could clean the air for us, eh, Mr. Fogwalker?
Oh, Mr. Fogg, it's him.
I'm doing all that I can.
Which means you can't do nothing at all, don't it? Yeah, we're coughing. But what we make in a day at the fair here is more than an entire week anywhere else. Not like we have royal allowances to rely on, unlike you.
Oh yeah, they did say he was working for like the I guess the royalty. Yeah. Damn. This guy must be pretty rich. Maybe he's earning like £3 a week, maybe.
Enough of it already. Now, would you mind moving aside for the little lady behind you? She's been waiting a while.
Are we talking about Tooth Fairy here?
Oh, I do apologize, miss. Miss Tooth Fairy.
Oh, he knows Miss Tooth Fairy as well.
I didn't expect to run into you here, Mr. Fogg.
The pleasure is all mine, miss. Oh, where my manners. Welcome to London.
Amazing. I really love the smog and the child labor that's going on around here. It's a excellent place for tourism. A cross street local hurries by, letting out a sharp, violent cough. Damn.
Of course, we were supposed to meet in the office of the London Atmospheric Cleanup Committee. I'd have prepared a fine Indian tea for you.
No, this is a... What is the name of this place, man? London Atmospheric Cleanup Committee. I guess the vendor's right, man. Like, they're doing a terrible job of keeping the air clean.
But I was called away to deal with matters here on Cross Street. It's a happy coincidence that you popped by. It will save us both some time.
Good stuff, Mr. Fogg. Now let's get to business. Mr. Fogg awkwardly fiddles with his gloves, clearly feeling embarrassed at the indecency of their meeting. Thankfully for him, Tooth Fairy seems more concerned about the issue at hand. Oh, the soot
The matter?
and the black
You mean
fog.
the air pollution?
Not precisely, no. Though one could say the problem is related. In fact, it seems just about every one of our problems comes down to these sticky contradictions. For example, contrary to good wisdom, the people of Cross Street have opted to continue their fair, despite the obvious dangers of the fog. That's just unreasonable.
I mean, the vendor did say that they were earning like way more at the fair than they would usually.
You're the unreasonable one here, mate. Stop the Uluru Fair on account of a bit of fog. Fog in London. Should we cancel if there's water in the Thames next?
Okay, Mr. Vendor. I completely forgot that they're still like within earshot range of the vendor.
Citizens should be made aware of the harm caused by fog and reduce unnecessary outdoor activities.
Was he checking his locket?
Pardon me, you lot government officials?
Oh, Will. He was yapping earlier. A few busybodies gather near the two of them, ready to catch the latest gossip.
You saying we aren't allowed to celebrate the Uluru qualifiers? So what are you expecting us to do? Just watch the games and then pop off home? It's not like there are many events left for us arcanists to celebrate in our own country.
Now, the fog must be rough out here.
Sir, you seem to have quite a severe cough.
Oh, it's not so bad. Just a little curse is all. Doesn't matter none. A good arcanist healer can cure me.
That's exactly what I've been talking about. A curse? Good lord, man. You have a disease called tuberculosis. You need a proper doctor, not a healer.
Maybe this is just how citizens in Cross Street best comprehend the disease, in the arcanist way. It's not a matter of arcanists or humans. Tuberculosis is caused by the presence of bacterium in the air. It can't be cured through ritualistic purification or exorcism.
Oh, okay. So there are things that arcanists can't heal.
You just don't get it, do you? It's not like that.
Okay,
If this
Will.
tuber what have you is the reason, then why does my chest burn like hell? I've never heard of no bacteria what could do that.
Right. Okay,
You
buddy.
feel like your chest is burning.
Great. Are older people here just tanking this experience? Their burning chest, their intense coughing.
Like swallowing a flaming coal it is. It all started this month. Never felt anything like this before.
Like I said, there's no disease. This has to be the Fog Hag's curse.
The fog hag?
She's the one who summoned this damnable black fog. She used to be a toad before she was thrown into an alchemist's cauldron and came out as a twisted old hag that haunts our street.
Okay, that's a really nice story, Mr. Vendor, but I kind of doubt its credibility.
Could you tell me more about the black fog?
The vendor remained silent, shooting a hostile glance down Cross Street.
Shh, don't say anything about it. It'll bring bad luck.
What? Damn, these people are very superstitious. He coughs, waving his hand to scatter the attention of the crowd, then vanishes into the yellow smog. Okay, so he just left.
So now we have a fog hag? What's to come next, I wonder?
Okay, I'm guessing we're actually gonna believe what the vendor said. I mean, I guess it's not out of question, but it just sounds a bit absurd, you know? Like, the story, and it just doesn't feel like an actual occurrence that could happen, but I guess, you know, anything could happen in the world of Reverse 1999. He raises his hands in resignation, knowing that as a gentleman, he should speak no further on the matter.
Sometimes, despite being an arcanist myself, it's hard to understand my own people. But that's what they think around here.
Yep. Seems like London is in
My
a bit of a
colleague is
rough spot
presently out
right now.
investigating this curse they mention. But to say nothing of his intrepid skills as a ranger, I doubt he'll produce any evidence of this so-called hag.
Yeah, I doubt it too,
In
buddy.
fact, he...
Oh. Who's whistling? A long, sharp whistle cuts through the air like that of a rider galloping across the plains of the land down under, but what follows is not the sound of hooves. why is the music getting all like epic?
Arthur, a little help, mate. We've got trouble.
Oh! It's Mr. Slouchat? A hat riding a hobby horse races forward, its coat fluttering in the thick smog like a cavalryman returning from a reconnaissance mission. A dark cloud follows close behind him.
So, here it is.
What? What's happening? Is this the yellow smog or the black fog?
What's that after you now, old hat?
It's
A
the
black fog?
Seems I've startled it, and now it's sent our critters into the streets.
Oh, damn.
Steady on. Let's charge like soldiers of the Great Emu War.
Wait, is this not Mr. Slouchat? Pretty reminiscent, but maybe this is another floating hat. Oh, carbuncle. Haha, that's funny.
It's the hag. The hag's curse is coming for us.
Is this a carbuncle? A carbuncle?
Those nasty critters are coming from her garden. Run!
Oh, from her garden. Is that real? Is that the truth? I'm not so sure, but let's fight.
Flow take their souls to the sea in the north.
Right. Oh, whoa. That looks really cool. It's got like metal parts and everything. And there's 3 of them in one as well.
Perfectly understood.
Caution must look that's the direction.
Please, allow me.
Prepare to be drowned. Rivers are the scars of the earth.
Good stuff.
We've done a good job. Now, may I have a hand out?
Amazing. Right.
May I say it was an honor to serve as your bodyguard, miss. I'm Brimley, the ranger colleague of my mate here, Arthur Fogg.
Alright, he's called Brimley. And not Mr. Slouchat. My bad. He's very cool though. He's got like this, what was it, a hobby horse. It's pretty cute.
I wasn't hurt. Thanks to you.
Oh? Mr. Fogg lightly brushes the soot off his coat before walking over to Tooth Fairy. Despite clearing away most of the black fog, his expression looks grim.
Thank you, Miss Tooth Fairy, for telling us what happened at the hospital. We ought to make a summary of our investigation so far.
Seasoned government employees are particularly good at providing summaries.
We've encountered 3 oddities thus far today. This mysterious black fog, the unusual burning chest symptom,
And there's one more thing. He carefully considers his words before bringing up the difficult third point.
this so-called fog hag living on Cross Street.
Right.
Well done, mate. You did it. You said it out loud. We may just break the ice of your soul yet.
I'm only doing my due diligence by quoting the title verbatim. Back to the topic. Combining these clues together, we should assume a causal connection. The hag releases black fog, giving Londoners this variant of TB with the burning chest symptom.
Right.
When did you move into 221B Baker Street, mate?
Wait, what happened at 221B Baker Street? Baker Street sounds a bit familiar. Wasn't that like where the cause of the London fire or something? I might be just completely wrong, but Baker Street definitely sounds familiar. The fogwalker shifts his gaze, knowing that even if he were to inhale a mouthful of that black fog, his face couldn't look any grimmer.
It's a reasonable speculation. If so, then the first thing is to determine if such a lady lives here on Cross Street. We'd better pay her a visit.
Good idea. Let's do
If you
that.
insist, Dal. I can already confirm that for you. She's here, all right. Down at the house of the mangy front garden at the south end.
What? We already located her. Wow, that's very convenient.
Very well. But might I suggest we don't all go in a rush to pay her a visit? We know nothing about her, or even whether this hag is a danger.
Okay. So, what? We send one person in, maybe? A little figure squeezes its way in. Oh, it's Flutter Page back.
Oi, Miss Witch Doctor. You done talking to Mr. Fogg and Mr. Hat?
Flutterpage, where have you been?
What do you mean, Tooth Fairy? She literally said she was gonna go snail catching.
Wasn't you listening? I was off catching snails.
Exactly! Come on, Tooth Fairy. You gotta pay attention to your own story. Well, it's not her story, but she's kind of the main protagonist of the story right now. And she's not paying attention to what Flutterpage is saying. Come on now.
With a bit of help from the canaries.
Oh yeah, the canaries again. Oh yeah, she did say that the canaries, like, tell her where their snails are, apparently. Flutterpage lifts an old glass jar filled with snails. Excellent. What's she gonna do with them?
Tacker. That's quite the harvest.
She tucks the jar away in the folds of her clothing, then lightly grabs the hem of Tooth Fairy's coat.
Shall we then, Miss Witch Doctor?
What? Is Flutterpage gonna give us a tour of
Where
Cross
are you
Street?
taking me?
Thought I'd show you around Cross Street. Figuring since I'm the best guide here.
Yes, you are, Flutterpage.
Are you? Then, do you happen to know about the house at the south end of the street?
Perfect reconnaissance opportunity. I just realized that Flutterpage is holding something here. I can't really tell. It kind of looks like a... Can't tell. I'm not sure what has a shape like that. Let's press on. Flutterpage ponders for a moment before her eyes widen in realization.
Sure do. Actually, these snails are for her. You can tag along with me to see her if you like.
What? What a coincidence. Flutterpage is out here catching snails for the potential, what do they call it? The fog hag? That's an interesting name, but yeah. Alright. Sure. Let's meet this fog hag. Even the chapter is called Fog Hag. Conversation overhead as a carbuncle basks in photosynthesis. What's this? Rubbish. Stop poking around. Rubbish? Ain't this a book? Don't you want it? Mind if I take a butcher's? You wouldn't understand it. You're right. I don't understand it. So what's it about then? Do you have anything better to do? I ain't done any of today's chores. I haven't taken that package to me sister or helped the lady next door with her little one, like Mum asked. But I don't want to do any of those things. I just want to stay here a little longer. Insects are herbs with leaves and purple flowers. What? That doesn't make sense. It's an adventure book about the adventures of a little creepy crawly and its friends. Can I draw a story for it inside? Can I? You just don't stop, do you? Can you find someone else to entertain you? Or maybe I just have to... Alright, maybe I just have mug written all over my face. Fine. Do whatever you want with it. Stay here for all I care. Just leave me alone, understand? Leave me alone. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want with it. Thanks, but I don't have a pen. Do you? Here, draw. Bog off. Alright. Let's meet this fog hag. Let's see what this fog hag is all about. Old house in Cross Street. The smog in the garden feels unusually dense. It has taken on an almost milky, gelatinous quality. The damp fish air sticks to the visitors. Sparse ivy winds around the ancient stone wall, its bare roots clinging desperately to it. Okay.
This right here, miss, is the Fog Lady's house. As you can tell, it is a very big house. Not like mine. Mine is small, but very high up.
Right. So she's called the Fog Lady, and that's awfully similar to the Fog Hag. So maybe the story is real after all.
Steep, tilted roofs, sash windows. It's very Victorian.
Does that mean it's an old house?
Oh no. Her name ain't Victoria, miss. At least, I don't think so.
No. I mean, Victorian architecture is a kind of style of house. I'm saying this house must have a long history.
Yeah.
Oh. Too right about that, miss. It's been here for ages. Come along then. I'll take you in.
Alright. Flutterpage doesn't knock, nor does she touch anything resembling a doorbell. She simply leads Tooth Fairy straight to the garden gate. Oh, Vine's carbuncle. Several carbuncles peek out from among the vines before quickly retreating, their eyes still locked on the visitors.
Are these her critters?
Maybe.
You lot are hungry today, ain't you?
Oh, she's feeding the snails to the critters. From the folds of her oversized frock, Flutterpage pulls out a jar filled with
They
snails.
ain't for you. They're for the lady of the house.
Oh, right.
Now please let me and Miss Witch Doctor through.
Miss Witch Doctor. The carbuncles refuse their entry, shooting out a few tendrils to form a blockade. Well, we might have to fight
Sorry,
here.
Miss Witch Doctor. They was much friendlier before.
You've been here before?
Yes, Tooth Fairy, haven't you been listening?
Yep. They always let me in straight away. No clue what set them off this time.
Maybe Tooth Fairy. Flutterpage stands on her tiptoes, planning to hop over the barrier, but after a quick glance at Tooth Fairy, she abandons the idea.
I don't rightly know what to do. I try calling her, but it won't do much good. Even if she heard me, she won't come out.
Oh, so she's like, she's like staying inside for some reason.
You're saying she never leaves her house?
Not that I ever seen.
Yeah. Wonder
Do
why.
other people visit her?
Probably.
No.
Oh, only Flutterpage. Wait, and how did Flutterpage come to meet the the fog lady in the first place.
But you visit her often?
She likes when I bring her snails. You think she eats them?
I sure hope not, but I mean, that probably wouldn't be the
All I
weirdest
know
thing
is I gave her
that
snails.
has happened.
And then she asked me to stay around her house for a while.
Okay.
When she's not in a sour mood, she even teaches me some words for arcane skills. But if she is sour, then all she does is hand me some books, and I can't even read most of them. Don't go asking her too many whys. If you do, she says, "Get out!" And you got to go. So far, the longest I stayed was a whole afternoon.
Amazing.
I see.
Tooth Fairy surveys the old mansion. To her, it looks more like a small castle than a house. She decides not to disturb the formidable witch dwelling within it.
Maybe I'm the reason they aren't letting you in. I'll just stay back here.
All right, then. Stay there, and I'll tell her about you, miss.
The carbuncles lowered their guard as Tooth Fairy retreats. The strange plants and critters in the garden cleared the way for Flutterpage as she makes her way down the path. Damn, alright. Flutterpage raises the snail jar high above her head as if presenting some kind of token.
Miss? You hear me? Wakey, wakey!
Oh my god. Oh, that's Willow! That has to be Willow. The lock clatters heavily and the hinges on the old oak door give a mournful groan. Right, I was thinking it might be Willow, cause like, doesn't her abilities or something have something to do with the word hag? Like Hag's Bane or something? But I didn't think like it would actually be her. Oh, Tooth Fairy?
Here you go, miss. A fresh batch of snails.
She doesn't respond. The witch's stare is fixed on an unfamiliar woman by the garden entrance.
Who is this?
Well, I don't know her name, but she's a witch doctor. She came here in a car with a flyer of the Uluru qualifiers, so I think she's here for the Uluru... Oh, I forgot that you don't like the word.
Why doesn't she like the word Uluru?
Hello, miss. I'm here investigating the source of the black fog. You can call me Tooth Fairy.
Right, Tooth Fairy speaking so softly, which is fine, except for the fact that I'm fairly sure she's like at least like 10 meters away behind a garden wall. And I've got no idea how she is supposed to reach Willow with this soft-spoken dialogue here.
Go away.
That's so kind of you.
But why? I ain't asked too many whys, miss, did I? That was only my first one today. Oh,
She realizes something.
so I can't come in at all? You promised you'd help me practice my arcane skill.
Then you better not let me catch you saying Uluru ever again.
She just said it. The witch anxiously snatches the snail jar from the girl's hand and closes the door. Ah, that's not very nice. The door closes.
Aw. Oh, she left me a book. Look, it's got a carbuncle on it.
She's just brushing it off. Alright.
Come here, Flutterpage. Are you all right?
I thought I could play at her house today.
It is quite unfortunate that she didn't even get to enter the house this time.
Would you like to do something else?
Like what?
Like see your new friend, Mr. Hat?
Mr. Hat?
Okay, we're gonna go see Brimley. Oh? LACC. I don't know what that's supposed to be. And something crazy is happening in this place.
Miss Flutterpage, I'll ask you to not wear me on your head. I know I can fly, but that doesn't mean you can treat me like a kite. Besides, I'm due to begin my patrol. I need to...
Oh my god! He flew away. A gust of wind blows Brimley into the hallway, spurring Flutterpage to give chase.
That gives us some time for business. First of all, allow me to express my respect for your adventurous spirit. A haunted hag mansion whose owner feeds on snails. To visit her so quickly on your own initiative was a bold move, Miss Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, well played, Miss Tooth Fairy. He now has no choice but to admit the existence of the witch. Yep, the fog hag is real.
Here's your tea. No sugar. Just as you asked.
Oh yeah, because she's a dentist. And of course, he has kept the promised Indian tea at the forefront of his mind. Oh yeah, that's true. I do remember that.
The connection between this lady and the black fog will require further confirmation. However, judging from our encounter, she doesn't seem to have much concern for the world outside her home. I also noted that the word Uluru seemed to irritate her.
Uluru? As in the Uluru Games? Not a fan, I take it. It's certainly odd for an arcanist to have a negative impression of the games, though not unprecedented. Which reminds me of this letter. I suspect our Fog Lady might be glad to hear it.
Oh? Mr. Fogg places a voiced letter between the two of them. The paper swiftly transforms into wide mouth. What?
Letter from the St. Pavlov
Oh my God.
Foundation Uluru Games Organising Committee to the Uluru London Qualifiers Organising Committee. Copied to the office of the London Atmospheric Cleanup Committee.
Right.
Due to the rapid deterioration of air quality in London and the presence of an unidentified arcane-related tuberculosis outbreak,
Or the cancelling the
we
fair.
regretfully have decided that the Uluru London qualifiers will be cancelled until further notice to protect the health of competitors and spectators.
Oh.
Competitors still wishing to participate are encouraged to register for the qualifiers in Paris or other cities.
Oh damn. Well, that's unfortunate, but looks like Great Britain won't be in the Uluru Games this time around. The paper folds itself up and drops back onto the table. Mr. Fogg sighs.
I received this shortly after submitting my report concerning the events on Cross Street.
They're right. It's better for everyone's help.
Yeah, but they'll
No
be very
objections
angry.
here. Miss Tooth Fairy, you saw how passionate the citizens were about this event. What it means to them. They'll eat us alive when we announce this.
Yes, they will.
So much more so that it's cancelled because of air quality. The firm will not be pleased, I can assure you. This great city will be the laughingstock of Europe. If not the entire world. Unless there's a way to clean the air in London. Perhaps then I might convince the Foundation to reconsider.
How are we gonna clean the air, though? I guess we're gonna have to confront Willow.
Mr. Fogg, there's only 3 weeks left before the qualifiers.
Then we better act quick.
It's a serious effort just to address the smog over London, let alone this new black fog and the disease that has come with it.
3 weeks. 1 for making plans, 1 for enacting said plans, and still 1 more for the final procedures.
Cutting it close, are we? He slumps into his chair with his arms crossed and glares furiously at the voiced letter on the desk.
What are you doing now, Mr. Fogg?
Thinking, Miss Tooth Fairy, is how I make the plans.
So he's gonna think for a week. Brimley, fleeing pursuit, eventually finds his way back.
Forgive me for interrupting, Arthur, but I had to call off my patrol earlier than expected. I'm afraid I need a favor of you, Miss Tooth Fairy. Would you mind helping us with some of the sick?
Oh, my apologies.
After that black fog rolled through, patients with this tuberculosis variant seem to be multiplying as fast as hares in the Great Artesian Basin.
Oh no, this is not good at all. These poor people. To be continued. Alright. Okay. Not too shabby. Past Glory. Part 4. Let's press on. Boy, this. There's like a grey fog now.
Through misty woods, on paths concealed by haze, he thrice died and thrice was born in ancient days. Guide me rightly, that I may not stray.
Whoa, what is Willow doing? She's literally like doing a ritual. By the Willow fire, she performs her dance alone. Only the shadows cast by the flames accompany her.
Flowers bear fruit, and beasts give offspring's way. With eyes of fire, pierce through the cloudy maze.
Oh my god, this is a bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. That is a bit scary. I did not expect to see Willow doing a ritual right now.
Again. Damn it.
Oh, whoa. Huh. I did not expect her to look like this. But, damn. She's got like, are those like dead flowers or like dead leaves or like broken flowers on like her hair? Her arms look really thin, I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe like unhealthily thin, maybe. Look at how thin they are. She clenches her right leg, her fingers turning white at the tips. She has like a metal leg, doesn't she?
So long as I can't move right.
Oh, Vine's carbuncle. The typically docile carbuncles are now locked in a frenzied shrieking match. What should have been a calming ritual has now turned into a bloodied war drum, and all because of a single misstep.
Enough! The last thing this haunted old
Oh.
place needs is another crazy creature.
Oh? Is she gonna fight them? Oh, she is. Oh, I've got no energy. Luckily, I've got a jar of candy just for situations like this.
Let us have a fair fight.
Let's fight.
That's the direction.
Right, let's see if we can win this in one round.
Do you have
Oh, they're immune to control. I didn't even notice.
ice flood?
Wait, is that control immunity? I don't think it is, actually. I think the control immunity looks a bit different.
Now, may I have a hand towel?
Doesn't matter anyways, we won.
It's Willow.
Well, Flutter Page is back already. Wait, and how does Flutter Page know her name? Did Flutter Page like conceal Willow's name on purpose? Like, cause like, I don't know, Willow told her not to reveal her name to other people or something?
I swear to God.
She collapses by the willow fire, causing the intense flames to suddenly die down. She swiftly grabs a blanket from the pile to cover her
Whatever
legs.
thing you are, don't think I won't strangle you to death with my bare hands.
Okay, Willow, that's a bit violent. She struggles to her feet, but just as she's about to stand, one leg gives way. Oh, I think Willow fell. The little girl tumbles through the window and into the room.
Bloody.
She climbed through the window. That's pretty funny. She tries to lift herself up for the second time but can only support half of her body. She looks up to find a little face among the pile of stitched and restitched clothes. There could be no more embarrassing or infuriating way for another to behold her.
You. What are you doing here?
I only wanted to show you the arcane skill you taught me.
Flutter Page nimbly gets back on her feet, bouncing around as she shakes off her dust. Seeing that the girl is unharmed, the witch turns her face, hiding her fleeting look of concern.
But you are in a bad mood, aren't you? What happened? I promised I didn't call you Miss Willow in front of others.
Oh yeah, so she did promise not to tell other people about her
You
name.
said I can call you Miss Willow when it's just you and me, right?
And you actually listened? First time for everything, eh? But it's not about what you call me.
Then what is it?
She stares at Willow in fusion. Suddenly she realizes why she's lying on the ground.
Let me help you up.
I don't need it.
With a flick of her wrist, Willow's coat and hat leap onto her like loyal dogs. She tries to stand up for a third time using the rough stone pillar beside her for support, and finally manages to straighten herself out.
So then if you value my words so highly, what about the time I told you I don't need a knocker-upper?
I'm not gonna lie, I've got no idea what the knocker upper is. Is that
you
like
told
a...
me there's no sense waking me up for anything. I don't have any work to go to.
Oh, right.
But I'm not here to wake you up, am I? I already did that for the whole street hours ago.
She just goes around waking people up, does she?
Then maybe you can buzz off and bother someone else. I didn't give my permission to let annoying little flies in my house.
Yeah, alright, Willow.
I'm in the middle of something important, so leave me be.
Willow grabs a broom handle and points it toward the window Flutter page open.
Just one more question, miss. I'll be quick.
Yep, I still can't tell what this is. Kind of reminds me of like scissors, but like the other ends don't like correspond to a pair of scissors. Yeah, I still don't know what that is.
Miss Tooth Fairy and Mr. Fog say you made people sick with the black fog, but I know you didn't do it. Did you? You never told me you can summon black fog.
Done with all that nonsense, are you? If that's all you knocked on my window for?
But if you didn't, I can tell them the truth. Or you could even help them find the black fog. You're the best witch I know.
Their problem is no concern of mine.
Oh, but I did hear something. I was thinking maybe you'd like to hear it too.
Oh, about the Uluru Games getting, like, the qualifiers getting cancelled.
Letter from St. Pavlov
Yeah.
Foundation. Due to, what? Deterion air quality? And arcane tubal-keeled kiss? They said the Uluru qualifiers...
And she said the word. She said the word again. Oh, Flutter Page, you can't say that word.
Stop.
Get out.
Do you understand at all what you're saying?
No, but...
Go away.
Aww.
I said get out.
Oh, the wands are out. She seizes Flutter Page with both hands, half dragging, half pulling her towards the open window. And she's just throwing her out the window.
You know what I don't want to hear, eh, lass? Your voice.
Flutter Page is flung out of the window and carried away like a kite with a broken string on the breeze.
And your infernal knocking.
She's just flying away out the window.
Don't you never take another step into my house. Never.
Damn. The room reverts to its familiar silence, no life save for its solitary resident, just as it has been for the past decade. Damn, that's a long time. Her hastily thrown on coat and hat slide onto the floor as Willow leans on her right leg and limps over to the storage table filled with bottles and jars. There's still enough mucus left over from yesterday's snails for her to use. She pours the liquid from the jar into the cauldron.
Just a wee bit left.
She sets the fire alight and the lubricant starts to bubble in the cauldron.
Eat snails? Let them think what they will. I don't care.
What does she eat then? Where does she get food if she's just in here for like 10 decades?
The fog hag. A toad monster. Failed work of an ancient alchemist. Yes, of course. Charlotte O'Hagan, you're nothing but an ugly, evil, terrifying fog hag living in a haunted house. You deserve every bit of it.
Right, so her real name is Charlotte O'Hagan. She lifts her eyes and gazes out the window. To her surprise, she can see the moon, a flurry of small clouds slowly making their way across it, and a flock of silhouetted birds swooping and swerving in tacit harmony. Okay. It's not too bad. I still don't get it though. She's got like all these like dried up like broken leaves in her hair. I wonder why she's got them, if there's like a lore reason for it. Like the white sheep that roam these vastly rocky hills. Like the witches in black robes who dance together in perfect unison.
What an age. At last, witches no longer need worry about being captured in their sleep, pierced on a stake, or burnt alive.
Right.
Our next competitor is now Witch from Ireland, a once-in-a-generation talent.
Oh no, it makes sense now. It all makes sense now.
Different now. We dance, communicating with spirits like a joyful game.
Wait. Was she an Uluru like participant? And then she like injured her leg or something, which is why she has a metal
competition.
Like why she has a metal leg now. It all makes sense now. And why she doesn't want to hear the word.
The desirable.
And then an explosion. What the hell?
I left the pot on.
The smell signals a point of no return for the lubricant, and its appearance confirms it, as she sees a small blackened mass stuck to the bottom of the cauldron. Willow's prosthetic leg grinds and creaks as the joints rub up against each other, causing her hip to itch.
Back. Fit for the rubbish now. Rubbish.
To be continued. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So now I know. Now I know why she hates the word Uluru that much, because it seems like she used to be a competitor, and then I don't know, some tragic mistake or some unforeseen accident caused her to lose her leg, and then like I guess she can't do sports or something anymore. Little Knocker-Upper Part 5. Everyone is curious about the witch's garden and everyone fears it, except for one small bird. To her, it isn't so dangerous. Do not touch any plants with barbs. Barbs? The thing that had to pull off your leg yesterday. If a plant cuts you and the wound turns purple, or the wound isn't bright, or the blood isn't bright red, knock on my window. At any time, even if you're dancing, at any time. In the evening, the critters will lower their top buds to the ground. Do not step... try not to step on them. Got it, so I can touch the top buds? Do whatever you want, just don't come crying to me when they bite you. Stop squeezing in through the damaged parts of the fence. Just use the front gate. Righto, didn't know I was supposed to. I weren't supposed to. I'm teaching you arcane skills so you can fly, not crawl. Wait, why are these buildings so tilted here? Right, let's press on with part 5. A Little Knocker-Upper. Oh my god. I was about to say, it would be so funny if we just watch Flutterpage wake everyone up in the morning. And it seems like this might be what's happening here. That is so funny. As morning breaks, the rooster crows, announcing the start of another day of hard labor for the people of the East End. In this land of industries, shipyards, and factories, there's a dire need of coal, fuel, and the labor to sustain them.
Good morning, sir, madam. This here's your wake-up call.
Oh, it's like a stick that she uses to like knock on windows in the morning. Interesting.
Rise and shine, wakey time.
Flutterpage looks up to the gray sky above. There's only a touch of blue, and no sun, stars, or moon to be seen. Damn. The smog is a bit rough out here.
Enough! I said enough with the gal. I'm already awake, ain't I? So stop buzzing around.
The seasoned Knocker-Upper deftly dodges the basin full a foot washing water that's just been flung out the window and slipped through the alley and onto the next street. Is she really just out here harassing everyone at the beginning of the day, every single day? That's so funny. She still has a job to do.
Wakey wakey! Morning's here! Mrs. Wilson, you awake? You can't be late again, or old Mr. Pig Eyes will be on you with his belt.
With his belt? What? Is that like domestic abuse?
What happened? Didn't she hear me?
I think you should try again, Flutterpage. Oh, suddenly she's shoved from behind.
Oi, who did that? Shut up already, Liberty. Didn't you know Mrs. Wilson was sick?
Liberty? Is that Flutterpage's real name or something? But Freddy the Rascal, you shouldn't be pushing or shoving other kids like that, you know?
She's sick? What's wrong? Doesn't hurt like swallowing a burning coal, does it?
Maybe it does. Yeah, maybe she's got the oh my god. I'm just like the rest of the people in this story. Tubercular. Oh my goodness. It's over. I've become one of them. I've traveled back to this era. Right?
Yeah, maybe. Plenty of folks have been
Yes.
getting that too.
So the
My
disease
dad
is
says
spreading
it's a
hard then.
curse.
Everyone's getting the disease now.
It's not a curse, dummy. I'm no dummy, Liberty. You are. Believing anything what that hag told you. She's a dirty, ugly old liar. And she's the one who cursed everyone here.
Damn, everyone's just gaslighting.
She's a toad. A toad what can't get out of her house to see sunlight. And decided to curse us all just because she didn't like the fair. Have you gone off your rocker, Freddy? Just leave me alone. I got work to do. That's work, eh? You call knocking on people's window work?
Yep. 6 pence a week. The boy rolls up his sleeves and pats his bicep.
I climb up in the steam turbines to tighten up the screws. And I clean them chimneys from the inside. Think you can do that, eh?
Okay, so this guy's bragging about being a chimney sweeper. Can't say I've heard that one before, but okay, buddy.
But I don't want to tighten screws or climb up chimneys. I don't like the smells. Oh, so you like the smell of this black fog, do you? All thanks to your wicked hag friend. Go away.
Oh, she whips a clothesline pull at the boy's knee with a sharp crack. Oh my god. The violence. The boy leaps towards the girl but loses her among the heap of rags.
Huh?
He swivels his head towards the sound and stands there shocked as Flutterpage deftly leaps over him. Oh, she's finally mastered her flying skill.
The fog lady taught me this. Lady? You mean that hag? I should have guessed. You'd be that ugly toad witch's apprentice.
Oh my god,
You're
Freddy.
not my friend anymore.
I didn't even know they were friends. She runs off deeper into Cross Street. Back at the house. Let's disturb Willow instead. That's a good idea. The old mansion looks just as it always does, from the strange garden to the ominous building half lost in the haze of the smog. Even so, Flutterpage is hit by an unusual feeling, one she can't quite place.
It's not snail delivery day, but after she threw me out of the house last time, maybe I'll go apologize.
Excellent idea, Flutterpage. Let's go do
I
that.
can learn some more tricks from her, or at least read her books.
I swear she said she can't read like most of the books she gives her. I mean, sure. It's good that she's seeking knowledge. The creature eyes her warily.
Hello, hello. Now, why didn't you let Miss Tooth Fairy in last time? She's not a bad person. She even gave me some flying medicine. It was sweet and sour. You think Miss Willow's lonely? She needs new friends, and maybe some flying medicine too.
Flying medicine. Wait, are the carbuncles actually agreeing with her? Oh. The carbuncle seems to reject her assessment, leaping side to side in a clear display of defiance.
But this time, I won't go through the window. Not that I get why she was so mad. Was it that I stopped her from eating breakfast, maybe? Well, time to figure it out. I bet if I walk in from the front door, she won't be so angry.
You won't be so angry, but she'll still be angry. Flutterpage enters the garden like she always does, except this time the carbuncles don't make way for her. Uh-oh. Roar! They leap at her. Time for a little fight. Flutterpage swings a clothesline pole, but fails to drive them off. They close in on her, malice in their eyes. Fortunately, reinforcements come galloping through the smog. Let's go, Brimley!
Miss Flutterpage? What in the blazes are you doing here? Good Lord, I hope you didn't get hurt.
Mr. Hat!
Miss Bartley, I'd advise you to please stay a safe distance back.
No.
Oh? Caroline Bartley.
Just look at the state of this garden. Oh, Charlotte, what have you been through to fall this far?
Oh, she knows Willow. Oh, what? Interesting. No way, we somehow found someone who knew Willow. Very intriguing. Rightio, let's go.
That's the direction. Keep calm. Пусть le naufragé течет вместе с водой.
That's what it's all about. Life or death battle and victory.
Amazing.
Thank goodness, you're in one piece.
Yep, it is amazing.
I don't get it. They ain't never bit me before.
Well, you must always stay alert when you encounter critters, even in a familiar place. That's some genuine ranger's advice.
Thank you, Brimley.
A ranger? Are you really a ranger? Can you be a ranger without a real horse? Will I get a hat like you if I get to be a ranger?
He just really wants that hat. Fortunately, a hat's range of expressions doesn't include awkwardness, or much else for that matter.
Hi, miss. Are you here for the lady living here?
Flutterpage circles the unfamiliar lady, looking her up and down.
Miss, you look a lot like Miss Willow, the fog lady. So straight and proper like a swan.
Flutterpage, you literally said you're not supposed to say Willow's name in front of other people, and she just failed miserably at it. Just like how she said Uluru in front of Willow again. Oh my goodness.
Miss Willow, you said?
Flutterpage claps her mouth before realizing she wasn't the one to utter this name.
Yes, Miss Willow. Did she say you were allowed to call her that too, miss?
Wait, I think the voice... I don't know, the voice playback was a bit weird there, I swear, but that's fine. I'm sure it's like just a small bug or something.
Allowed?
Even her sigh carries an elegant, melodious quality.
What kind of nutter has she become? Thank you for taking me here, Mr. Brimley. I can handle the rest myself.
She makes a gentle motion with her hand, signaling that she has finished talking.
You're welcome. Let's go, shall we? Hey, little tacker? It's not safe to leave you here.
I wonder who this Caroline person is. Is she like... She seems like a very important person. Maybe like... Probably not to the level of royalty, but maybe like a high-ranking like government official or something.
I'll escort you to the hospital. Miss Tooth Fairy needs your help.
Oh?
All right.
Flutterpage holds onto Brimley's coat as the two of them leave the garden. She looks back a few times. Caroline remains totally unmoving. It's as though she can converse with the owner of the house through her stare alone. No? Temporary hospital.
I thought a hospital was a big building. This is more like a fair. Only with sick people.
That's a fair comparison. Patients lie on the basic steel frame beds with their once pristine white sheets now marked with yellow and gray stains. In the face of such a scene, the bright flags of the Uluru Games now look lifeless and limp.
Well, you're right there, mate. It's not your typical hospital. Arthur's calling it the London Emergency Relief Centre for Special Tuberculosis Patients.
Tuberculosis. Yep. I knew how to say that word.
But it's still kind of a hospital, ain't it?
She doesn't linger on this thought for long. The image of the unfamiliar lady in Willow's garden won't leave her mind. Yeah, maybe we should spy on them. Let's go back.
Who's that Swan lady? She's not from Cross Street. How did you know Miss Fog Lady?
Well, I'm glad she's making an effort to not say Willow's name now.
Swan? I suppose you mean Miss Caroline Bartley. We're hoping she'll be our lifesaver.
Amazing. How did we get hold of her, though? Mr. Fogg appears behind them, looking rather pale.
Lifesaver?
Exactly so.
There's a curious spark behind Mr. Fogg's eyes. He looks straight ahead as he speaks.
See, my hat friend. We civil servants can actually accomplish a thing or two.
Amazing. Let's see if the plan works first.
We found Miss Bartley, a shining star of Uluru, a
Oh.
talented competitor, and above all, she's an insider.
Oh, okay, so she's a
She
competitor.
arrived in London days ago, looking for our Fog Lady.
Really?
She claimed to be an old acquaintance. Some luck, isn't it?
Yeah. Perfect luck. Good
If she
stuff.
can figure out the connection between her, the Black Fog, and this fiery TB. Oh, speaking of which, that Miss Willow truly has a special name.
What? Charlotte O'Hagan? Because it's got hag in it. However, I'm not so sure that this will solve all of his problems, because it seems like Willow has nothing to do with the fog and the tuberculosis, so I wouldn't be too happy if I were you.
Heh. What are you laughing at? How long have you been up, mate?
A thought crosses Brimley's mind. His partner has probably hardly slept all week. Right, so a week has passed, and as he said, he spent a week to make a plan, and then 1 week to execute it. And then 1 week to do something. What's their lens flare up here? A burst of glorious vigor illuminates the fog walker's face, like sunlight breaking through a gap in the gray sky.
Sleep? Who needs to sleep at a time like this? I'm more than energetic. I'm a veritable locomotive. Better than ever.
And this guy is like high on no sleep.
Arthur, you need to get some shut-eye, mate.
Is that what you think? That I'll just go back home for a little rest now? Now of all times? Dead wrong, mate. We've got rounds to make at the London Emergency Relief Centre for special tuberculosis patients.
I really wish they would come up with shorter names, like London Emergency Relief Center for Special Tuberculosis Patients. It's just a mouthful, and I feel like the average person can't even say it, at least in this era.
Come with me, my chapeau chap.
My
We've
chapeau
got a
chap.
city to save.
Oh my god, this guy. Well, he's having his moment, that's for sure. Mr. Fogg grabs the hobby horse and forcibly drags Brimley away with him. Wait, what? Is Brimley actually tied to the hobby horse? Because I swear he's just a hat. So, how would grabbing the horse force Brimley away with him?
Oh, all right. Miss Flutterpage, go find Miss Tooth Fairy, would you? She said your arcane skill might be now.
Oh, I like that his voice faded away. Good detail. The two of them quickly vanish into the streets.
My arcane skill?
Yeah, her ability to fly. I wonder why we need that.
Help? How can I help a witch doctor? Maybe Miss Tooth Fairy will tell me. But where is she? So many people here. I can hardly tell them from one another. Oh, but she has got those golden fairies with her. Maybe I can see them.
You can see them?
Like how Miss Willow taught me.
Oh? She's got a special ability to see things.
You need to learn to see it first.
What the hell? She's got such a derpy face in this picture. And then she's got her little like window poking stick behind her as well. That's so funny.
See the wind, lass.
See the
Only
wind.
when it's blowing something around, like dust or old paper. But I ain't got nothing like that with me now. I used all of it when Freddy tried to catch me. Is there anything else I can use?
She scans through the pale yellow smog, the fluttering Uluru flags informing her of the wind's direction.
Oh, I see it.
The wind picks up and the flags along with the people's clothes start to flutter in the same direction. That's a pretty strong arcane skill she's got.
What with this wind, eh? Where's it coming from? Oi, me hat! Please, is there any good Samaritan who can spare a blanket? Oh, God bless you.
The smog dissipates in the wind, and for a brief moment, the air is noticeably clearer in a small corner of the road. Oh, amazing. At one of the beds, a little golden fairy is being held by its wings and placed into a patient's mouth.
Miss Tooth Fairy!
Flutterpage, there you are.
Why are we hearing the wholesome music that we heard at the end of chapter 4? I mean, I really love this track. It's very peaceful, and it makes me very happy. And I'm sure that we will get lots of events and story with happy endings in the future. Yep, for sure. She swiftly closes the patient's mouth, making him swallow her bizarre medicine before walking briskly over to Flutterpage.
What's wrong?
We've got to find a way to clear up the sky.
Ah, okay. All right, let's clear up the sky. Oh. Oh wait, never mind. I thought we were loading into battle for a moment there, but that's not the case. Notes on the weather chart. It is 10:30 in the morning, yet by the window the page cannot be read without a lamp. I set the journal by the sills, lit the lamp, and returned to find it layered in fine coal ash. Best to refrain from keeping the windows open for now. On the Thames, visibility is so low that feeding the swans is a hopeless task. I hear their mournful calls, but cannot see them. Their wings beat against the smog like warnings to retreat. Records suggest fogs like these are unusual for the season. Cases of tuberculosis on the rise. While I have no firm statistics, overcrowding in hospitals and sanatoriums tell its own story. By tea time, visibilities improve slightly. The bus lamps barely pierce the fog, the faint glow, the only evidence of their passage. Not good. Now my chest is starting to burn too. At the hospital, there's talk of a black fog capable of flattening buildings. Supposedly, one hospital was claimed in such a disaster. A tiny tornado? No, didn't look like it. Either this is a macabre joke, or someone should call up an arcanist to investigate. Alright, let's go with part 6, Black Swan. The oak door slowly creaks open, the inside air meeting the outside and stirring up a faint mist. She struggles her way through the garden, a brazier in her arms.
Been near a week.
With every step, her right leg gives out a painful creak. She looks at the half-open window. This week has seen a number of uninvited guests, but not one of them was the one she's been hoping to see. Oh, she's been hoping to see a guest. Oh, that curious little thing who flutters back and forth like a sparrow. Wait, what? Did Flutterpage not visit her for a week?
This is how the world works. I should have known. I'm always too naive.
She carries out her usual task of clearing out the garden. First, she gathers dry twigs and leaves to use as kindling. Then she strikes a match, throws it into the brazier, and waits for the fire to grow. As the fire intensifies, she covers the trash from around the garden, most of which is flung into her garden by her neighbors, and adds it to the fire.
A dead mouse. Classic. Sure to disgust me.
Damn, her neighbors are haters, throwing trash into her garden. Willow picks up the decaying mouse carcass and throws it into the flames, the fire flaring up so fiercely that it nearly scorches her eyebrows. In the early years, she would often watch from the window, her dark eyes fixed on the people who passed by.
Rotten apples and eggs from that boring old codger. I suppose he's down to his last teeth now. Soon enough, the only thing he'll be eating is porridge. A bit of comfort in knowing he hates porridge.
Even now, the old mansard's doors and windows remain firmly shut. The owner's face hasn't been seen for many years. All the neighbors know is that a fearsome witch lives there.
Hands burnt by steam. It's a curse. Bumping into ghosts during the Swan. Curse. Lost everything betting on the ponies. Each and every misfortune must surely be Willow's curse.
Right. Yeah. I guess she's kind of just like a scapegoat, you know? Like, everyone has something unfortunate happen and just blames it on her because she's the most convenient option for them. She picks out some garlic from the garbage bin. The simple seasoning can be repurposed as seeds or fertilizer.
Superstitious fools.
For sure. Only items that cannot be utilized are the wooden carvings with bizarre symbols on them, rumored to possess the power to ward off demons.
Shysters.
Demon banishing water is the most clumsy and silly item, but it's also the most manageable to deal with. Willow simply lets it be, treating the water poured in their garden as free irrigation.
Brats.
Salt. This is the worst offender. It dehydrates the plants, often killing them outright. She digs up the tainted soil, ready to wash later.
Oh. Well, now these are new, aren't they? Blood-stained rags. Wonderful.
Wonderful
Sooner or
indeed.
later they'll all cough their lungs out.
Click clack. The stiffness in her right leg is unbearable. Mosquitoes incessantly buzz in her ears. Moments later, Willow's leg gives way and she collapses into a patch of potato flowers. Okay, can't lie. Mosquitoes? Come on now. There ain't no mosquitoes in England. Unless you count, like, those with really long legs. Soft, soggy soil. A limp, decomposing body? What do you mean? What do you mean, a body? Someone dumped a body into her garden? She smacks her prosthesis on the knee, as if the blow will set the joint back to its rightful place. She grabs the dirt as she fights to get her to her feet, struggling. This is a struggle she has long grown used to. Lured by the sound of her strikes, the carbuncles slowly make their way toward her.
Away with you!
The critters scatter, ducking behind the leaves and watching her quietly from a distance. She clutches the vine with one hand, but it only throws her off balance, and she falls to the ground once again.
Horrible.
She is more proficient in the art of balance than almost anyone, yet she also finds it more difficult than anyone to adjust even to the smallest imperfection.
No, I don't need to cast my arcane skills. Stand up. Stand up. You loser, you. I need machine lubricant. I suppose I need to buy some.
This time, she makes it to her feet.
I can do this. I will do this. All by myself.
Her steps grow clearer, more steady. She grips the delicate metalwork of the gate.
Nothing to it. Let's go.
You got this, Willow. Her leg clacking like a slow, mournful melody. She steps into the smoggy, somber streets of London. Riverbank. Okay. There's a makeshift sign on the door.
Shop closed due to illness, while the owner has gone to Miss Tooth Fairy for treatment. Please leave your name, order, and address on the list below, and we will deliver it to your home as soon as the owner recovers.
Great. Just great. They're, like, even if she did write it down, they'll probably not even give her order, because they'll see the address and know it's the so-called hag lady or something, the fog hag, sorry. She picks up the pen and sets it down again without writing a single word. Yeah, I mean...
Tooth Fairy.
Oh yeah, Tooth Fairy.
Alright. Then I can find the owner if I go to this Tooth Fairy. Is she some kind of doctor, then? Not that she could treat what ails me anyway, eh?
Maybe she can, you know. There's still hope. But, yeah, I don't know. Like... Do loads of people know who Miss Tooth Fairy is, though? Like, I'm not sure what, like, the public people are supposed to do about this line about the owner going to Miss Tooth Fairy for treatment. Like, I feel like the average person is just isn't gonna know Miss Tooth Fairy.
What other shops might sell canary saliva and lanolin snail's slime?
She wraps her cloak tighter around her body in an attempt to fend off the cold, damp air.
All this time I could have done this, if only I hadn't relied on others for so long. There must be another store for arcane supplies. But... I think I need to lie down.
Or in a public park. I mean, a public place like this. That can't be safe. The cold hues of the night still linger in the morning mist. The Thames has never looked so quiet. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Isn't this a mailbox? Why is there two of them so close to each other? Surely one would be enough. Across the river, earth-red flags flutter like burning balls of fire. A smattering of white emergency medical tents are scattered below them. A trampled Uluru qualifiers flyer floats down to her feet, blushing against her ankle. Uh-oh.
Sports fanatics. Black fog. Strange tuberculosis. All these things have nothing to do with me. All I need are my ingredients. Nothing more. I ought to just order what I need as a home delivery. Ask them to leave the package at the entrance of the garden once a week. As for the fees, I'll just have to sell all me old medals.
Damn.
That'll be enough to support me until I become a proper hag. Then I can never leave my house till the day I die.
Damn. That's a rough experience to look forward to. Yeah, I heard like a drop of waterfall or something.
There's something dark rising up from the water.
What? That's creepy. Things shouldn't be rising from water.
It's nothing special. A bit of old rope. Or an old boot. Why can't it be a swan? A black swan here? Really?
What?
That's why you ought to go out more often. Else you'll miss these precious moments. A chance to see something special, like a black swan. Look at it. Some creatures are born with these smooth, pitch-black feathers. But it's only under the sunlight that you can see their iridescent shine.
I'm sorry, I don't see the swan.
That's when all the other animals can only look on and feel themselves inferior. They can never stand out from the crowd in the same way. Your silence is an answer. I know it. Just as I know every time you lash out and curse, you're cursing your own failure. Walk closer, Charlotte. Why don't we take a better look at it? Look at its gracefully long neck, those magnificent wings, and how it glides across the water. All swans are beautiful, but only the black feathers make it truly stand out. It brings back some memories, don't it? The feeling of being one with the swans and the flow of each step of our dance. We were so close to perfection. All we needed was for you to spread your wings and fly. Fly to Paris, Cairo, Istanbul, and eventually to the Uluru Rock. Then it comes to me, and I can hold it in my arms, lift it above my head. This perfect, shining golden medal, standing on the Uluru Rock.
Oh, this is the old stadium. Oh, the black fog.
Miss Willow, but what are you doing out here? You've got to move. Black fog is coming straight for you.
It's coming straight for her. Wait, what? This one's dead. No? At least I think it's dead. Unless the swan has decided to take a sleep in the middle of all this black fog. That would be bad.
Ignore the noise. Eyes on the swan. It's only a tacky white swan covered in soot.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cause like the black fog is coming, and I thought like that might just have made the swan black.
How ridiculous it looks now, wearing that false disguise. The poor thing, it must have been covered accidentally.
Miss Willow, why are you looking at that swan? It's dead.
Okay, yeah, so it is dead.
Of course it's dead and gone. That's right. What kind of swan would want to be with something so ugly and stained?
Charlotte, get your head out of the fog, please. Have a nice chat with Flutterpage without telling her to shut up, and you know, maybe you can have a better time, and a better future to look towards rather than looking forward to weekly deliveries by the shop and becoming an old hag on your own.
Of course it's ended up alone. Died alone. What else were you expecting? You didn't really believe that spread your wings and fly bollocks, did you?
Hello? Can you hear me, Miss Willow?
You ought to thank the black fog for lifting your illusion. Now you can see it rightly. You're not some special black swan that was born to greatness. You're nothing but...
Miss Willow! Miss Willow!
But a cripple.
Come back for the pain.
Oh? Who's this? Is that Tooth Fairy? Oh, I think I saw... Yeah, she's crying. Willow lowers her head to see that Flutterpage is standing at her feet. Tooth Fairy stands a few steps away, calling out to her. Flutterpage gently touches her prosthetic leg, revealing the secret that she has been too proud to admit for the last 10 years.
Why? Why didn't you tell me about your...
You're much stronger than I thought, Miss Willow. If you allow me to address you as such.
Leave me be. I'm going home.
I'll walk you home. I got you. Miss Tooth Fairy and I was just chasing after the black fog, but I can walk you home first.
I just want to go home.
Willow uses all her might to turn, but still can't do it with any grace. Her stiff right leg continues to impede her.
I'll go with you.
She stretches out her hand and pulls at Willow's clothes in a clumsy attempt to stop her friend from
Flutter
leaving.
Page.
Willow swats her hand away.
Huh?
Stop following me!
Miss Willow!
I just want to go home!
I...
Flutter Page remains in place, her eyes suddenly filled with tears. Tooth Fairy steps forward and pulls her into a hug.
I don't want you to follow me.
They look on as Willow shakily walks into the smog, each step grinding away a little more of her dignity. Okay. Wow. That was a good bit of story. Yeah. I really like the twist about the black swan being just a white swan covered in soot, and of course that mirrors Willow's situation as she, recognized herself. It is rough though, seeing her push away, people trying to help her, and and seeing her, and her self-deprecation. I'm not too sure whether I want to start on part 7 today, because that seemed like a really good part to stop. So yeah, we're just gonna cut this episode here, because I think that was a really good end to our sort of session here. So yeah, next time we'll continue on part 7. I must say, I really like the story thus far. Mostly revolving around Willow's side of things, as we've learned more about her past, how she views herself, and she's got all of this self-deprecation. She blames herself for her struggle on on her prosthetic leg, and I still don't know what exactly happened to her leg. Maybe we'll learn more as the story goes on, but yeah, this part 6 is definitely my favorite part of the event so far. I mean, I really loved the part where she was staring at the dead swan, and yeah, and she drew those comparisons with herself as well, and I think that was really powerful. But yeah, I'll continue on next time on part 7. Okay, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And hopefully Willow and Flutter Page can make up with maybe with some help from Tooth Fairy, because it does hurt to see Flutter Page cry. She's so cute, and we did pull her. We do have her now, so that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.